When fighting between the Sudanese army and the paramilitary rapid support forces started in April 2023, millions were displaced from their homes in search of safety. Some left all their belongings behind. Others carried with them the horrors of the conflict and the mental and emotional scars. Aden and her daughter Malek fled the capital, but couldn't escape the memory of Malek's sexual assault.
My daughter Malak was sexually assaulted. The boy who did that is our neighbor. He took her to a farm in a remote area. He tried to rape her using a firearm, but someone passed by and saw what was happening. He intervened and beat the boy.
Malek is one of dozens of children who've been sexually assaulted since the conflict began, according to a new report by the UN's Children's Agency. UNICEF says that at least 221 cases have been reported, but that the real figure may be much higher. It also states that children as young as 1 have been subjected to sexual violence, and access to health care for those affected is hard. Hospitals have been destroyed and medical supplies are lacking in conflict areas. Omnia had to flee the violence after her children were assaulted.
At night, someone would open the door carrying a whip. He'd select one of the girls and take her to another room. I could hear the little girl crying and screaming. They were raping her. Every time they raped her, this girl would come back covered in blood.
UNICEF says that a third of the 12 million displaced in Sudan's conflict are children, and that the violence increases their risk of being sexually abused by the warring factions, accused by rights groups of using sexual violence as a weapon of war. The agency has called for protection of children in areas of conflict and says if survivors are not given immediate medical and psychological assistance, the impact would last for generations to come. Hiba Morgan, Al Jazeera.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.